What up, YouTube? It's Aaron, your personal driver. Whoa, the sun is crazy on this. I can't see anything because of the sun, man. It's crazy glare. Look at that glare. Woo! Woo-wee! Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what to do about that. Looks like I'm in the middle of a holy... Let's see if I can change the filter to get a better view. The sun is just killer right now. Oh well. Oh well. Hey, what's up, man? About to record my video. I guess I'll have to hold my phone. Sorry, man. The glare from the sun is just killer right now. Look at that. Huh. What's up, Hiker Soul, man? How you doing? Super pumped, man. 200 subs, man. T-Bone Station, what's up? Hey, thanks so much. Hey, can you guys still see me on the live stream even though the sun is messing with everything? Can you guys still see me? Anyway, I'm about to record a new video about the best cars for Uber. See, the problem is I already recorded this video and I was going to actually release it today anyway. But the Chrysler Pacifica came out, so that's now the best rideshare car out there. So now I have to re-record the whole damn thing. Plus, it's so nice, man. It's like 80 degrees, a little breeze. The glare don't bother us. Okay, good. So I'm gonna so I can do these live streams now because I have 10,000 total views on my channel. So I'm super excited about that. But I'll let you guys know what I'm going over. So there's actually gonna be 8 cars I'm gonna talk about because I'm gonna talk about how overrated the Kia Soul and the Prius is. A Hummer? Yeah. No, because everyone drives these Kia Souls, man, and I don't know why. I know they're cheap, but they're terrible. But the best 2 cars for rideshare are definitely the Mercedes E-Class, because you can get it in diesel, and that'll get you like 30 to 40 miles. And then a Chrysler Pacifica right now has a hybrid plug-in option. It's a minivan. It gives you 7 people. It seats 7. But the Chrysler Pacifica gets 88 mpg highway, man. Uber does not pay for gas. That's why if you watch me record this video, you'll see why it's important that you pick the right car. Because every dollar or every mile you drive is money out of your pocket. It cuts into your profit share. Anyway, guys, I'm going to start recording this video. Feel free to laugh at me. I usually mess up once or twice. But that's why I go back to the computer and record it. It's a little bit more windy than I'd like, so I'm hoping I don't have to re-record the audio when I get home, but that's a possibility. It's just so nice outside, I can't help it. But anyway, ready? Streaming in 3, 2, 1, I'm going live. Hey Internet, it's Aaron, your personal driver, and today I'm going to give you 5 of the best cars you can see, look, I already fucked up. That is a terrible introduction. I'm going to start over again. Ugh. Hey Internet, it's Aaron, your personal driver, and today I'm going to talk to you about the best cars out there for rideshare. See, that was a good introduction right there. Well, today's a special day because today I got 10,000 views and 200 subs. So for those of you who follow my channel, you know I did a live stream while I actually record this video, so they've already seen me say this. But, I mean, look at this. I'm in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. It's 75 degrees. It's a little windy, but it is sunny and beautiful. So I gotta come outside and record the video. But anyway, let's get to it. See, that's dumb. I have to cut that out. That's just embarrassing. It's like I've done this 300 times and I still can't even say anything smart. It's so annoying. So you guys, just thank you so much. I'm super excited. I was happy I did a thank you video at 50 subs because I never thought I would possibly get to 200, but here I am. So hopefully over the next 6 months I can get 200 more and we'll be at 400 and everyone will have a party. But let's get to it. So if you ask full-time drivers, and I'm not talking about weekend warriors, I'm not talking about I do it part-time when I'm done with my original job. I mean full-time drivers, the grinders, the guys that go out there and put in 40 to 80 hours every week. They're grinding to make their money on Uber. They'll tell you, without a doubt, in their minds, at least 9 out of 10 of them. Actually, I bet you 99 out of 100 of them will tell you the best car for Uber is a Prius. Now, for those of you who haven't seen my video on how to make money on Uber, I'm going to post that right here. and go watch that so you have a little bit more of a detail under what I'm saying. But you guys got to remember that every mile you drive, that maintenance on your car, that's gas out of your gas tank, and that costs money, and that adds up. Okay, so cars that have better mile there I go, I messed up again. So cars that have better MPG make you more money because they increase your profit margin. Meaning if two drivers drive the same 100 miles, the person who has better MPG will make more money than the other. I mean, that's just basic math, right? So that's why full-time drivers will tell you that the Prius is the best option. And the reason for that is you can buy a used Prius with 50,000 miles on it for anywhere between like 20 to 25,000 tops. But I've even seen them on the internet for as low as 8,000. Now, there's different kinds of Priuses, and so depending on what year you buy it. And you guys know what I forgot to do? I forgot to explain what year's on. So now I'm going to have to... See, this is why it's frustrating. I was on a roll, and I really realized I forgot. Okay, how am I going to fix this problem, guys? Let me think. So before we get into any specifics on any cars, guys, yeah, no doubt, nice day for a stream, and the only way to get a raise with Uber is to get a better car. That's right. So before we get into any specific advice on which car you should drive, I want to remind you, do not buy a car to do Uber, okay? I cannot tell you enough that you will be making the worst investment of your entire life if you buy a car specifically to do Uber. So before you decide what car you're going to drive on the Uber platform, you need to figure out what you need as an individual. What do you and your family needs? And then let Uber help supplement that need for your family. What I mean by that is, for example, me. I got 2 kids. I'm married. We have family stuff that we got to do. We got to go to the park and camping and sporting events and yada, yada, yada. So we need a family car, whether that be a compact SUV, a large SC, or a minivan, right? That's what our family needs. And since I'm going to oh, dude, it's raining. That's weird. Oh, I'm about to come off the tree. That'll ruin your stream right there, is when you're on a roll talking to the camera and all of a sudden rain comes down. What was I saying? Oh, right. So I'm going to need a family vehicle. Now, I would not buy a SUV to do Uber because I'll lose money. But if I'm going to need an SUV for my family, I can then use the SUV to do certain types of platforms on Uber. In Seattle, they have Uber Black and Uber SUV. So if I'm going to have a family SUV, I'm going to make sure it's in black, and I'm going to make sure it has leather seats. Not because I'm going to do that for Uber, but because that's what my family needs. That's what my kids need. That's what my dogs need. We need storage. I'm also going to drive those platforms and make a little bit of extra money, because typically all you can drive is Uber X, which is basically any car that's not older than 7 years. Now, opposite of that, if you're just a single dude or a single chick and you just want a car to impress your dates, you want to go out to the club or whatever, you just need a car to ride around, well, go buy an SUV. Maybe you need a sedan, maybe you need a smaller car, and then let Uber help you with the tax benefits. So analyze your situation and then get a car for you and your lifestyle, and then just be aware of what advantages Uber can help you. And just be aware of what advantages Uber can help you with, right? Because part of that car payment is a tax write-off. The maintenance on the car is a tax write-off. Every mile you put on the car for business is a tax write-off. So you can help pay for your family's car with Uber and Lyft. I mean, I don't want to be specific to Uber. That's what I should have said at the beginning, guys. Now I'm going to edit the whole damn video and put that part at the beginning. Okay, so we were talking about the Prius. Okay, so 99 out of 100 full-time Uber drivers will say Prius, because you can buy a used one for between $8,000 and $10,000. You can just drive it into the ground, and then you can sell it off when you get to 200,000 miles or when it's 7 years old. So just remember that 7-year number. It's very, very important. Hey, you guys want to hear something funny? You want to know something funny, guys? I forgot to turn my mic on. So all of that was recorded visually but not audibly. Kind of day I'm having, I guess. You come outside in this nice weather and you lose your damn mind, and you forget the basics. So now I gotta roll all that shit from the top. Frustration intensifies. Yep, good rehearsal. Yep. All right, well, I'm gonna start from the top again, guys. Let's see if it's a little bit smoother this time. Hey Internet, it's Aaron, your personal driver, and today I'm going to tell you the best cars available to do rideshare, Uber, and Lyft in. I don't like that introduction. Hey Internet, it's Aaron, your personal driver, and today I'm going to give you the top 5 cars for Uber, Lyft, and rideshare. Much better. See, I had a little practice, so it helps. So before we get into specifics, guys, I need to remind you that it is a bad idea to buy a car to do Uber. Never, ever, ever do that. Do not buy a car specifically for Uber. It is the worst investment you could possibly make. Don't do it. You're going to lose money. It's just the worst investment specifically to buy a car for Uber. What you need to do before you realize what car you need is look at yourself and look at your family and figure out what kind of vehicle you need for your family needs, okay? Are you a single dude, single chick that just wants to go out to the club or out to the bar and impress a date? Maybe you're looking at a sedan then. You don't need something fancy. Just make sure you can make the payments on it and then help Uber and Lyft give you some tax advantages at the end of the year, you know. Are you a family member? Do you have kids? Do you need a van or an SUV? If you do, just realize that there are advantages that you can take. If you do, just realize that you can take advantage of some of the options that Uber and Lyft have, which is if you have an SUV or a minivan, you can get paid more than the average Uber X or regular Lyft drive. You can drive on Uber Black, you can drive on Uber XL, you can drive on Uber SUV, and that pays you a little bit more money. So if you need a family car to drive around your kids and go to sporting events and stuff like that, just make sure it has leather seats and that you get it in black, and so you can get on these higher platforms, okay? The second thing you need to realize before we get into specifics is you need to realize how you make money doing Uber. Like, that's the important, right? That's the ABC of business. So I'm going to post right here a link to my series I did. It's a 3-part series on how to make money doing Uber and Lyft. And basically what it comes down to is you need to figure out what your cost to operate your vehicle is per mile, and then realize every time you drive 1 mile, it's like taking a little bit of money out of your pocket, right? And the only way to make money in this business is to make sure that you have a vehicle that doesn't cost a lot in maintenance and that doesn't cost a lot in gas, because that takes away from your profit margin. So keeping those 2 requirements in mind, we're now going to move forward into what I think are the best cars for to do Uber, Lyft, or any rideshare, even if it's just delivery, right? That was much better, guys. How about that, huh? That's how you do it right there. So all it took was a little practice, and I got all the way through it. So, you want to hear something funny? My DSLR is out of batteries. I think I have a battery in the car. Son of a bitch, man. This was supposed to be easy. I was supposed to be having a good time with my subscribers, making a video outside that's all nice. Ugh, so frustrating. I hope I left it in the car. I have a little bag of emergency stuff I keep in the car when I go on the road. You know, like diapers for the kids, like wipes, you know, for the baby, extra diapers, stuff like that. And I should have a bag with an extra battery in it. So hopefully it's in there. And hopefully no one steals my my Uber camera setup. That would really piss me off. Yes. Okay, good. It is in there. Woo! Yeah, I have like a Capri Sun in there and like a Chewy bar in case my kid wants a snack while he's at the playground. look at that, extra battery pack. Just what the doctor ordered. Hold on, let me put on a special filter. Woo, it's the party filter for the fact that I have a battery. Yeah. Hey, Johnny, come say hi. So I'm just gonna make sure my kid's okay. He's fine. He's just playing. I'm gonna say hi to you guys. Then I'm gonna change this battery out and get back to recording here. I can't believe I didn't have a battery. Hey, Johnny, come say hi to everybody. Say hi, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
Where's your fidget spinner?
Oh.
You better go get it. You're gonna lose it. That's my kid. So you guys want to see what my little setup looks like? I'll show you here. See if I can switch the camera here. So that's what it looks like staring on the other side. I have my little travel case, this little small mini stand, and then on top of that you have this little attachment here. See, this clips off right here. You can clip that off, and the camera comes off. That's how I'm gonna switch the battery out. But then this goes 360, and there's even a hole right here on this side. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. So you can turn the camera sideways in any angle if you need it. And then this is a Rode microphone with a cover that's supposed to yeah. Because remember, guys, when you're doing these YouTube videos, yeah, go play, buddy. When you're doing a YouTube video, the audio is more important than the video. I mean, everything does 1080p. It's just the sound. And then this is a Rebel. Where's a Canon Rebel? What is that? T5i. So that's my setup. Yeah, gotta love those Rode mics. So it's pretty easy. So you just clip this button right here. I don't know if you guys can see my hand or not. Right here, you see this whole thing right here? Pull that up. Hey, what's up? You wanna say hi?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Brayden.
Say what's up. Kids at the park.
Hey, what's that?
This is my camera. You just flip it off like that, and then see, it comes off like that, and I gotta replace the battery.
There you go. And okay, that.
It's pretty cool, huh?
I know. Hey, banana. Is that a bunny? Hey, don't do that.
Yes, we do. And then this is what it. This is what it looks like without the camera. And see that little section right there? Fits that little section right there, and it locks into place.
Oh. Hey, go with that homie. Come on.
Sorry about that. I was just installing my camera. I forgot the live stream was on.
Hey, where's my grandma and grandpa?
I have no idea. Where's your grandma and grandpa?
Home. Not here.
They're not here.
No. Oh, yeah.
Okay, and that's how you do it.
Hey, you fixed it.
See, now it's ready to go. And you notice right here, it's a little uneven. So I got to readjust the bubble on it so that the camera's even, and then get back to recording. So guys, give me a second while I readjust.
Bingo.
Alright, dude, why don't you go play on the playground, man?
Throwing a bike.
You can go throw as many pie cones as you need to. Just you got to do it away from here. I'm about to start recording, man. Okay. And you guys thought doing YouTube was easy, man. Look at this nonsense.
See, I do this.
Yeah, you need. So I got a little friend with me, whoever that is. Yeah. All right, go play on the playground, buddy. Does anyone remember where I left off? Talking about Priuses, right? Everyone loves the Prius. All right, well, I'm about to start recording again. Microphone's on this time. Brand new battery. Hopefully this time it'll work. This is the hardest video I've ever had to record just because how many things I had to do. Okay, I'm going live now, guys. Oh, no, 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 no. That's not right. I gotta adjust the camera. That's better. That's better. Alright guys, so if the frame looks a little bit different right now, it's because it is, guys. My battery ran out on my camera, I had to switch on my camera. God, it's like God doesn't want me to do this video. He wants me to just get it out there. But anyway, here we go. So, if you ask a full-time driver, now I'm talking about not weekend warriors. I'm not talking about I do it part-time before or after work. I'm talking about Uber, Lyft, rideshare as your only income, full-time job. You're doing it 40 to 80 hours a week to grind out and make that money. If you talk to those full-time drivers, almost every single one of you down to the exact number will tell you to get a Prius, okay? I'm talking like 90 out of 100 people, 990 out of 1,000. I mean, that's what they're gonna tell you to do. And there's a method for that madness. So, there's... when you're in a public place, people just like show up in your camera. So there's a method to that madness. Okay, so for the reason you do that is because the less maintenance you have and the less gas you spend, the more money you retain and keep in your pocket, the higher your profit margin, okay? And Priuses have been around for a long time, and they're the preferred vehicle now of taxi companies and individuals doing any kind of rideshare service because they get, you know, 45 to 50 miles per gallon. So it's like basically half the cost of a regular car to operate a Prius in. And furthermore, and furthermore, you can buy them on the cheap, okay? You can buy a used Prius and you can just drive it into the ground and then resell it later. So you're not ever really losing a whole bunch of money on your biggest you're not really losing a whole lot of money on your biggest business expense, which is your car, okay? So on Uber, you can operate a vehicle until it's 7 years old. I think Lyft is the same. I haven't looked in a long time. My car is 2016, so I didn't really worry about it. But at the time of this recording, I'm pretty sure it's 7 on both platforms. So that means if you have anything newer than 2010, you can operate on the platforms. So the business idea that these Uber and Lyft drivers have is that you go get a used Prius, you know, with like 50,000 miles on it, for like 8,000, 12,000, right around that range. You just drive for you know, then you just drive for 3 years on it, put 50,000 miles on it a year, get it close to around $200,000, and then resell that vehicle. Okay, so it's pretty cheap to own out of pocket, and then you save a lot of money on gas. Now, that being said, I can't stand Priuses, and the thing that you will have to understand when you're doing this, so the thing you need to understand as a driver is this business is an arms race, okay? You can never, ever, ever settle. There's always somebody who's bigger and badder than you. There's always somebody who's offering water or soda or candy or a nicer car. So you have to stand out in a crowd if you want to impress people, and if you want tips, you need to impress people. So to get them to put a little bit of extra money in your pocket, a little bit of extra cash, you're going to need to be better than the average driver. Furthermore, I can't speak for the whole country, but here in Seattle, Priuses are looked down on, okay? They have a bad reputation because not only Uber and Lyft drivers have them, but all the taxi cab companies in Seattle operate with Priuses. They're just everywhere. They're like ants, and people hate them because taxi cabbers will drive crazy and cut you off, and no one wants to get in a Prius here. That's not exciting, it's boring, and they are not fun to drive. So I'm going to give you 5 alternatives to a Prius that you can still turn a profit on, okay? I'll just go ahead and list them here. So my number 5 car is going to be a Hyundai Elantra. That's what you can call the Uberman car if you wanted to. Then the sorry. Okay. So we got the electric, we got the van, we got the Mercedes, we got the Elantra, we got the Iconic. Okay. So my number 5 car is the Hyundai Elantra, also known as the Uberman car. He's the one that made that famous. Above that is the Chevy Bolt. That is an all-electric car. It's fantastic. Above that, you have the Hyundai Iconic, or Ionic, I think is what's called. Let me try that again. Above that, you have the Hyundai Ionic. Above that, you have the Mercedes E-Class diesel, and then the best car for rideshare up here is going to be the Chrysler Pacifica hybrid plug-in. So let's get into the details of why. Now, before we go any further, I do want to say a little pet peeve of mine, but for those of you who don't have a lot of... So before I go any further, I want to give you my runner-up, or maybe a good option for some of those who don't have a lot of gold in your pocket, right? You don't have a lot of paper, and you just need to get something so you can get to school, you can get to from A to B, you can take a lady out on a date, take a guy out on a date, whatever it is that you need to do. And that's the Kia Soul. I see a ton of Kia Souls out there, and I think that the Kia Soul is one of the least fun cars to drive. Like, it feels like you're in a tin can. They're super, like, really just vibraty and unresponsive when you drive them. Like, I hate the Kia Soul. But you can buy a brand new Kia Soul out the door with all the options, like everything that Kia has to offer for 17 grand. So a lot of rideshare drivers really like the Kia Soul. You'll see a lot of rideshare drivers with them out there because you can get them brand new. You can get a warranty on them for up to 200,000 miles, which is about 4 years of driving. And you can customize it to how you like it specifically. Now, I don't like the Kia Soul. I don't recommend it. But, I mean, for 17 grand brand new with a 4-year warranty, basically, I can understand why people drive those. So I'm just going to throw that out there, even though I didn't make my top 5. And here's the thing. No one is going to be excited to get into Kia Soul with you. And what's going to happen is if you have a Kia Soul, people will start canceling on you, because they have a profile now. They'll see your car and they'll see your name. They'll see your car and they'll see your name, and they'll just cancel. They don't want to get 4 people in a Kia Soul. That's dumb. They're not going to do that. I just realized I forgot something at the start of the video. Oh well, I won't worry about it. I think I can fix it. Okay, so number 5, the Hyundai Elantra, or as most people know it as, the Uberman car. Now, Uberman is another YouTuber. I'm sure you guys have seen his videos. He swears by the Hyundai Elantra, okay? He even gets to drive it on Select, which, here's the thing. Let me tell you a little secret. You're not going to be able to drive it on Select because you aren't a YouTuber who has 40,000 subscribers, and so don't worry about it. He's like a celebrity, especially in Oklahoma City. So Uber will let him get on Select even though he has a crappy car. That being said, I've driven a Hyundai Elantra, and they're fun to drive, okay? They look pretty good. I mean, it's not an ugly car. Hyundai has a great warranty program, just like Kia, so you're going to get around 150, I think, is the warranty on there. So it's around 3 years of driving if you get it brand new. Out the door, you're going to spend between 17 and 25, depending on what kind of Elantra you get. So again, that's really affordable for a car. You can get that on the cheap, and it's not going to get you Prius MPG, but you are going to get between 30 and 40 miles per gallon. So that's really good, man. I mean, that's cheap. That's better than most cars. And so it's a good rideshare car, and it's a really popular one because everyone wants to, be like Uberman. I mean, so they get a Hyundai Elantras. Another benefit is Hyundai Elantras have been around for a long time too. So you can get a used Hyundai Elantra for like 5 to 10K, and then you'll have no car payment or anything like that if you've got that kind of money. And remember, as long as it's not 7 years old, you can get a used car. I always use the 3-year rule when looking at a car, okay? So whatever year it is right now I'm recording this in 2017, try to get a car from 2014, okay? So it's less depreciation in value. You'll get it cheaper than if it's new, and because you're just going to drive into the ground anyway. And you can get a 2014 Elantra for about, $8 grand. That's a good deal. Okay. Number 4. So those of you who are, all of you know that I drive an all-electric, no-emission Volkswagen e-Golf, okay? I absolutely love my car. I have no regrets about buying it. My wife and I made a decision as a family that we wanted to get off of gasoline. We wanted an all-electric car. And so we bought the car, and now I'm using it as Uber. And now I'm using it to do Uber and Lyft with. It's my main rideshare car. It gets 125 miles on one charge. In one day, I'll drive anywhere between 150 and 300 miles on average. So I'll have to charge my car maybe once or twice during the day. Now, not everyone is going to be able to use an electric car to do Uber with. Because before you do, you're going to have to look at how many charging stations are in your immediate market area. Not everyone is going to have the infrastructure that Portland and Seattle do, okay? There are charging stations everywhere here. We're in the Pacific Northwest. We're very liberal here, so everyone has plug-ins here, and it's just very easy to get free electricity. The reason I love my car is because I don't pay for gas. I haven't paid for gas in almost a year now. So automatically, I'm making more money than anyone who's driving a Prius and anyone who's driving a regular sedan, because you have to pay for gas and I don't. And electricity in Seattle is free. There are free charging stations. So I'm not even paying money to charge my car. So my out-of-pocket costs are drastically reduced. Furthermore, I don't have to pay for oil changes. I don't have to pay for transmission fluids. Any engine-related costs, whether they be from spark plugs or you need to go ahead and get some of that corroding material out of there, whatever that is, I don't have to pay for that. So my maintenance is cheaper and I don't pay for gas. And because of that, I love my car. That being said, if I was you, I would say do not buy an e-Golf, okay? And the reason for that is our number 4 car is the all-electric Chevy Bolt, and that's with a B. B is in Bravo. They already had the Chevy Volt, and that's a crap car. Don't buy that car. It's not fun to drive. I've driven a Volt. They're not fun. I also driven a Bolt, and they are fun. They're a little smaller. They're a little bit more compact, and honestly, they're a little ugly. But they get 240 miles on one charge. And I'm telling you right now, most of you out there watching this video are not going to drive more than 240 miles on one Uber shift. You're just not. I mean, you can do an entire Uber shift on one charge. So you plug it into your garage, your ass goes to sleep, your ass wakes up, you go in your Chevy Bolt and you drive it like a normal ass car, make your money and go home. That's amazing. Now, I bought my car before the Chevy Bolt came out, so I mean, I don't have any regrets about it, but it would have been much nicer to have bought this. Now, realize, okay, that you are going to be buying an electric car, so you're going to be paying more than a gas-powered car. What? Yeah, both of those are awesome. I agree with you. You distracted me, man. I was on a roll and you distracted me. That's fine. I'm just glad you guys are here watching. So an electric car are more expensive than their regular cars, and because of that, the federal government will give you a $7,500 tax credit to buy an electric car, whether that be a Tesla, whether that be a Nissan Leaf, whatever it is. So at the end of the year, you get $7,500 tax credit. So the Chevy Bolt's expensive. That's why it's not higher on this list. You're going to pay $35,000 to $40,000 depending on where in the country you buy it. And you need to have the infrastructure around you to get the free charging. Otherwise, it's not going to be worth it. Just remember, that's a lot of money out of your pocket, but at the end of the year, you are getting $7,000 back. So, I mean, that brings it down to below $30,000. But they're still expensive. Electric cars are expensive now, just how it is. That being said, I mean, every time you drive, you're saving money compared to someone else with the car. No, Well, the Golf only gets 100 miles on it, 125 they say, right? So it's not worth it in my personal opinion. But there you go. I mean, I think it's worth it in my opinion, but I'm saying compared to the other options you have, I'd go with the Bolt over the Golf. Okay. So, the number 3. If you're going to buy a new Hyundai or you're going to buy a new Prius, just hold your horses, because a brand new... I sound like a goddamn used car salesman. That's dumb as fuck. Number 3. One of the most amazing cars in recent memory came out. It is the Hyundai Ioniq. Okay, this is a hybrid similar to a Prius, only it gets 60 plus miles to the gallon. Okay, they say 65. I think they're lying, because that seems an impossible number. So you're gonna get basically 30 to 40% more miles per gallon with the Ioniq versus the Prius, and they look good. I think they based the model off of the Hyundai Elantra. It looks smooth, man. Hyundai did a really good job visually. And I went to the dealership and looked at one too. I didn't take a test drive because I was afraid that I was actually going to buy it. But I'm totally in love with the car. It has everything you could possibly want. They even have leather seat as an option if that's something you want. That's crazy. And the most amazing thing about all this is the cost is about the same as a regular size midsize. So you're looking at paying $20,000 to $25,000 new. A major downside to the Ioniq though is that it's only been around this year, so there's no really used ones. So you're gonna have to buy it new. You're gonna have to pony up to 25K, 20K or whatever, and buy it. There's just no other option right now. So maybe you go with something cheaper for the next couple years, and you buy a 2017 in like 2 or 3 years from now, if that's something that's still going on, or if that's something you still want to do. But yeah, out the door new, 20 to 25,000, and you're getting 60 plus miles per gallon, and it doesn't look or feel like a hybrid. I mean, it feels like you're driving an actual mid-size car. I love the actual drive. Okay, and that brings us to number 2. Now, for about 2 years now, this has been number 1 on my list, okay, but it got bumped down this year. The best car for the last 5 years to drive for Uber, Lyft, and rideshare, even if it's just delivery, is the Mercedes E-Class diesel, okay? So, before I go any further, just realize that in Europe, this is the Prius of Europe, okay? It's diesel, so you're gonna get 30, 40 miles plus, okay? And they've been around for a long time, so this is the preferred taxi in Europe, because before the Prius came out, this got the best miles per gallon. But keep in mind, it's a Mercedes, okay? So it comes standard with premium sound. It comes standard with leather seats. It looks just like a Mercedes. So if you don't know anything about cars, you're not gonna know the difference between this and the highest end Mercedes, right? I mean, people who work in the car industry will, but 9 out of 10 customers aren't going to. And when you pull up in a Mercedes, they're gonna be really, really impressed. They're gonna get in. They're going to be impressed with the sound. They're going to get in. They're going to be impressed with leather seats, okay? But you are going to be saving money over your counterpart, because this car gets 40 plus mpg. In fact, it is just barely less than the Priuses had a couple years ago, right? Because the Priuses used to only get like 45 miles per gallon. So it's right there with the Prius. Now, one major downside is it's hard to find these cars. Diesel is not popular in the United States. Not a lot of people use diesel. So Mercedes has very limited E-Class diesels available. But if they have them, and you can get a 2014, you can get into that car for like under 25, okay? Now, if it's newer, you're gonna have to pay a little bit more than 25. But if you can get a 2013, 2012, I mean, you could get it for under 20 grand. So essentially, for the same price as a Kia Soul, you can get a 5-year-old Mercedes E-Class diesel, get better gas mileage, and here's the sweet part. You get to use all the premium services. You can charge a higher premium for your Mercedes E-Class diesel. You can get on Select on Uber. You can get on Lyft Premium. And so that means you just get paid more than everybody else to take that same driver. But if there's one major problem with driving Uber Select is that there aren't a lot of customers who pay for Uber Select prices. So a lot of Uber Select drivers are frustrated because they're not busy. That's the other advantage to the Mercedes E-Class. It doesn't cost that much to buy, and you're getting 40 miles per gallon. So you can operate on regular UberX, on regular Lyft, and have the same profit margin as you would have if you had the Hyundai Elantra. Think about that. You can buy a new Hyundai Elantra, you can buy a new Kia Soul, but for the same price, or maybe a little bit more if you want some upgrades, you can buy a 4 or 5 year old Mercedes E-Class diesel. And now you're making more money than everybody else. I guarantee you're going to have more 5 stars. I guarantee your rating's going to go up. People are going to be so happy to get in that car. They're going to be impressed when you pull up. They're going to be like, what? This guy's got a Mercedes, he's doing Uber? But you're a smart businessman, so you're going to make money. It's genius. It's the best car. If you can find it, that's the thing, is there's not a lot of them. So it's kind of like finding a unicorn. You might have to go out of state to buy it, and you have to drive it back, right? And just remember that if once it's 7 years old, you have to get rid of it. So if you buy 4 years or 5 years old, then you're only going to be able to drive for 2 or 3 years. Just keep that in mind. You guys liking it so far? I need to take a break. My mouth hurts. Ugh. So those of you who stuck around from the beginning, you know what my number 1 car is. You guys remember what my number 1 car is? No, you'll find out in here in a second. I gotta stretch my mouth. And now, the number 1 car, the best car to do Uber, Lyft, or rideshare in. And yes, I'm talking about Amazon Prime. I'm talking about DoorDash. You can do it in this car and still make money. Okay? Yeah, but, I mean, you can do that. That's true. But I didn't make the list, man. There's a lot of other cars I think that are better than a Volkswagen diesel. Yeah, you can get a Jetta diesel, and you know, you're going to get 40 or 50, but you're still driving a Volkswagen Jetta. Do you feel me? Kia Soul makes an electric car, but you're still driving a Kia Soul. I mean, I like Volkswagens. I drive one. I own one. But I don't think driving a Volkswagen doesn't impress anybody. Driving a Mercedes, though, that's going to impress some customers. Okay, and the number 1 car is going to actually shock you guys. It's going to surprise you. I'm telling you, you're not ready for the number 1 car. The number 1 car for rideshare is the Chrysler Pacifica hybrid plug-in. Now, I know what you're thinking. Since when has Chrysler been number 1 in anything other than just sadness? Like, I gotcha. I feel you. Chrysler. You know, how are they still in business? They're the United Airlines of the car industry. I feel you. But hang there with me. So realize this year, so for those of you who don't know, Chrysler Pacifica is the name brand of a minivan. So I know what you're thinking, minivan, why the heck would I want a minivan to do Uber with? The reason that you think that is because most minivans get 12 to 20 miles per gallon. Right? That's terrible. You're going to lose money. You can't make money on a van. But on both Uber and Lyft, if you have more than 4 seatbelts, you can charge more to get more passengers. So this seat's 7. There's 7 seatbelts in there. So you can do what's known as Uber XL, right? And you get higher rates to get people in the car. However, because it's a hybrid plug-in, this minivan gets 88 miles per gallon. Let me say that again, because that doesn't make any damn sense. The Chrysler Pacifica 2017, this year, right now, plug-in hybrid, gets 88 miles per gallon on it. That is so unbelievable. I had to Google it several different times and check 2 different websites because I didn't believe it. But yeah, it's true. Now granted, it's a minivan, so it's going to cost you money up front. And there's no used versions of the Chrysler Pacifica that came out this year. So it's going to cost you between $45,000 and $50,000 because that's the standard price for most higher end minivans, and this is a plug-in hybrid, so you're paying a little bit extra on top of that too. But if your family needs a minivan, you got 2 or 3 kids and you're taking them to high school and to baseball games and you got to haul around all their crap or whatever it is, and you need a minivan, maybe this is an investment that you're willing to make because you can still drive UberX and at 88 miles per gallon, because you can still drive Uber X, and at 88 miles per gallon, you can still make a really good profit margin driving Uber X without losing money. You can drive Uber XL, right? You can get the premium. These kids are making too much noise. That's actually my kid. He's chasing kids with sticks right now. He looks like he's collecting firewood. But in addition to that, you're going to be able to do Uber XL. You're going to make extra money. So, but realize it's 88 miles. Oh, I should have said this. How could I say this? So the way hybrid plugins work is you plug it in to a wall socket, just like an electric car, like a Tesla or my Volkswagen or the Chevy Bolt I just talked about. And it has a small battery in there, okay? And anytime the battery is charged, you get free miles because you're not using any gas when that battery is running. It's a small battery and it's a big car, so you get about 30 to 35 miles on one charge. Then once the battery runs out, it runs like a regular Prius or a regular Ioniq like I talked about, or any hybrid, okay? So it switches over to a little bit of diesel, actually not diesel. So the engine switches over to gasoline, and then through braking and the engine running, it slowly charges the battery up, and then so it'll switch back and forth between the battery and the engine, making the gas you use be drastically reduced. So if you don't have any electricity and your battery is out zero, you're still going to get 35 mpg, which, guys, that's, for a minivan, that's laughable. It sounds like I'm lying to you right now through the camera. If I told you that a minivan got 35 miles to the gallon, you would laugh at me and I would be laughed out the room. But it does. That's just the same as if you went out right now and bought any full-size car. So if you went out and got a Passat from Volkswagen, okay, or that size of car, you're looking at between 25 and 30 miles per gallon for a full-size car. This is a minivan and it gets 35 miles per gallon. 33, I think, technically. I think it's 33. I'll double check when I edit this video. So you can drive the Chrysler Pacifica on any platform and be profitable if you can afford to put the money down up front. So there you guys have it. There's your top 5 cars to Uber, rideshare, and Lyft. Deuces. So what's up, guys? How do you like the video? I gotta go home and edit it now. That's a little bit better. If I'm facing this way, the sun doesn't get me so much now. My mouth is so dry. I'm out here in the hot sun, so I need something to drink. So there you go. So this is 48 minutes. Like, when I'm done editing this video, it's going to be between 10 and 15 minutes. So just realize that it's going to be 48 minutes to record a 10-minute video, and I still have to go home, edit all that film I just took, and then upload it to YouTube. So I'm still looking about probably 4 to 5 hours before I'm done with this video. But anyway, I thought you guys would really like this, so I want to do something nice for my subscribers so you could kind of see what it was like to record a video on my end. And I just want to do something special for the 200 sub mark and the 10K mark. So I'll see all you all guys. If I can't get the video out by the end of the week, it'll be up next Monday. And don't forget to join me Friday night and Saturday night this weekend, like every weekend, when I do my live stream from the car. So see you guys later.